craftsmanship and history come together in this Packard, and they also come together in the Audrain Museum Network. If you're not a subscriber, become one now. It's worth it, just like driving this Packard is. So the starting procedure of this is really easy, right, Lee? You just sort of stand with your remote outside, press the button, and boom.
15 seconds.
Exactly. But let's show everybody how you actually get a 1912 Packard started.
So step one, we have to cut the gas off because it's gravity fed. So we have to turn the gas valve on, which we've already done. We have to make sure the throttle is closed because it won't prime when we hand prime it if the throttle is open. We make sure the spark is retarded. Then we got to tickle the carb. And there's a little float here. We just have to pull it up, and we hold it up until we see gas running on the ground, which may take a little while. So there it is.
There it is.
So there's that. Then we come here.
So we know that there's fuel in the carb now.
Fuel's at the carb. Then we have a lever here. If you notice on top of the carb, that's the choke. Now we got to prime the priming cups. Keep in mind, all this is only for cold start.
Right.
Once it's running.
Yeah, once it's running.
Big difference.
And this is, by the way, why most people who owned cars like this in 1912 had chauffeurs to do this.
That's right.
And now this is a really neat thing, because a lot of people see the priming cups on the top of the cylinders, and they wonder, what the heck are those things? And it's no different than if you're having trouble starting a carbureted car on a cold day and you might want to shoot some ether into the carburetor.
Oh yeah, need some help. So we'll flood all the cylinders.
Open up the levers, let the gas fall down, and then close them up.
I found on this car, it's happier if it do it twice.
And it's also one of the other things to really keep in mind on a car like this is that you have to keep lubricated all of the moving parts, like those levers on the priming cups. I've seen a number of cars over the years where it was really hard to turn them.
Oh, they'll seize up. Yes, sir.
Now things start to happen.
We have to hand prime. You have to pull the compression release, otherwise you can't turn it. So it takes 2 cylinders out. And then basically, and you choke, you lock it in, and you give it about 4 pulls just to get the fuel in place. So now we have to open our throttle, give it a little bit of spark.
Which is interesting that these controls are also all infinite control, so you've got to find just the right spot.
That's correct.
And some of that is a bit of trial and error.
Trial and error. We'll turn on the igniter. And you may hear it buzz, you may not. We're not hearing it yet. There we go.
There we go.
She's not happy today.
A watched engine never cranks. So you give it a little bit more ignition, a little bit more throttle. There we go. And then you have to adjust the throttle, keep it going. The legend of Packard motor cars is an extraordinary one, and I am driving a very extraordinary Packard today. This is a 1912 Packard Model 30, 7-passenger tourer. And when you think about the progress that had been made since James Packard started his company, in 1899 to the time that this four-cylinder Packard was built in 1912, it's remarkable. And to think that just a couple of years later, in 1916, we'd have the legendary Twin Six. It is hard to explain to somebody who's never experienced it what it's like to be behind the wheel of this car. It is so extraordinarily smooth. And that was a characteristic that Packard would become known for. I've driven one and two cylinder Packards, and they're literally a world away from this one. And this really does show the road to the Twin Six. I love veteran car driving, and driving a car like this also reminds me how far automobiles progressed in a very short time. From basically the horseless carriage moments of the late 19th century to this, the dawn of an age of great technology, when technology had the power to rule all. (1912) in the Titanic, and man's faith in technology was also undimmed. And that's something else which makes this car so special, is what this represents in terms of the history of motoring, American motoring, international motoring, and what this particular example represents as well in terms of the excellence of restoration. This car was owned by the late great Phil Hill, America's Formula One champion, and who, after he retired from racing, became a restorer. And he restored this car from a project car, showed it twice at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance, where it won twice. His son, Derek Hill, another terrific racer, took the car out of the family garage, refreshed the restoration, brought it back to Pebble Beach, and won again. It's an unprecedented three-time winner at Pebble Beach. And the quality of that restoration still shines through today. This car is truly extraordinary to look at. All of the details are amazing. It is just, you know, when people talk about restoration, this is one of the best examples anyone can think of. One of the other extraordinary things about this car is the fact that it's got a number of terrific accessories that are extraordinary. Again, 1912. Of course, it's equipped with acetylene lamps, and one of the big pains was getting out and lighting your headlights. Well, this car has an inboard headlight igniter, and although it's an open touring car, it also has a coal-powered heater in the rear compartment to help keep the feet of your passengers warm. It's also equipped with a speedometer and with a trip odometer, and it's absolutely amazing to think of the advancements that are present in this particular example. It's just fabulous. This is a true top-of-the-line motoring experience of the early 20th century. And what a treat it is to drive this car. I can't wait to call Derek and tell him that I've had the chance to drive it and that we have this wonderful thing in common, this spectacular car which meant so much to the Hill family, and that it's been beautifully restored and now preserved for generations to come. It's a very great honor.